I find that many children have a hard time receiving correction. I should write a book about just ways that we can teach children how to respond better to correction in their lives, because it's such a problem, it seems, that children get into this cyclical mindset that they start blaming the problem on other people. They don't take responsibility for themselves. They say that's not fair. And so it's really hard to correct a child like that. And so I want to give you some ideas about how you might help a child who has a hard time experiencing correction well. I think one of the things we want to do is we want to say to them, look, correction is a valuable thing. In fact, Proverbs 6:23 says this: the corrections of discipline are the way to life. I'd read that verse, maybe even have the child memorize it. What does it mean? The word life in the book of Proverbs isn't just physical life and physical death. Often it refers to the quality of life that a person can have. The reality is we learn things in life. We learn from watching a video. We learn from listening to parents. We learn from a teacher. We learn from any of these things. But one of the ways that we learn is through correction. When you make a mistake and you learn from it, it is a lesson. And it's so powerful to get that idea. Proverbs 6:23 says the corrections of discipline are the way to life, this way to have a more full life. If you respond well to correction, good things can happen. We want children to grasp that idea. Another verse is Proverbs 12:1, which says, he who loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. Wow, we don't even use the word stupid in our family, but the NIV version uses that word to describe the person who is adverse to correction. It's very important for a person to learn how to respond better to correction, because it's a way that they learn. The person who responds better to correction learns faster, grows faster, and good things happen in their life. So let's look for ways to help a child receive correction better. It's a very important part. One mom said she put a piece of toilet paper, taped it to the back of her back that was like 4 feet long. And she comes out of the bathroom then, and she walks right by her daughter, who's 10 years old, who really has a hard time receiving correction, views it as an attack on her personally. And so mom walks by, and the daughter says, why do you have that toilet paper on your neck? And mom starts playing up this idea by saying, why are you picking on me? Why are you telling me I've got a problem? I don't have a problem. And starts just defending herself in a kind of a funny but aggressive way. And the daughter realizes something's up here. No, mom, you have that toilet paper. Don't tell me I have a problem. And so finally the girl runs after mom and gets the toilet paper. And mom says, oh, I'm sure glad that you pointed that out and corrected me so that I'm not acting stupid. Mom says, I think she's getting it. This is a hard nut to crack for many children. We're looking for a number of ways that we can bring into this child the ability to say, I was wrong. I can learn from that. A very important lesson that every child must learn. Otherwise, they become defensive and they view themselves as a victim in life, and bad things happen. So you want to look for ways to talk about correction, and you might even practice what we call the break, which is hard for someone. It's the hardest thing we teach because of this issue of children don't like to be corrected. But it's many people have said this break has saved our family because it stops the intensity from increasing when we have a conflict or the child's off track. So learning about the break and trying to put it into practice can be one of your tools that you're using to exercise the heart. Every time you send a child to a break, they have to go into the workshop of their heart and respond to that. And over time, then the activity plus the teaching we do together breeds this humility in a child so they can start taking responsibility for themselves, respond better to correction, and good things can happen inside that child's heart.